What a knob. I didn't go for a piss. I didn't go for a piss. Uh, literally, I was having a problem with the my computer was slowing down for a little bit, so I had to restart the whole thing. Um, what a knob, though. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well? Welcome to episode 102. Fucking hell, it's 102, man. It's mad. It's a big one. It's a big one as well because like we got NFP today, as most of you are aware, and what's that? I had a bit of a rough week this week, actually. I can't lie to you. It's been a bit of a not a very impressive week as I normally have, but it happens with trading as well. But it is what it is. But I think what like I advised you guys at the beginning of the week is literally wait for FOMC to get out of the way, wait for NFP to get out of the way. The safest way to trade really is on Monday. Coming on Monday, things will be a lot more clearer, and then from there you have more of an idea of what's going on there. I do think there's a lot of upside in the market there. Some of these coins have actually popped up like crazy lately. Band is another one. I don't know if you guys know about Band. Band was here in 2021 in the bull run itself. It was the one, I think Logan Paul was behind it as well. Like, you know, he was a partner. He had a partnership or whatever, something going on, and he just dumped as soon as Logan Paul jumped in. And I saw it was like 100% yesterday, so kind of nuts. And I'm looking at it right now, it's like 30% up. So a lot of alts going to be popping as well. I do think we're going to have a mini alt run similar to 2018 April. So if you guys was around in 2018, or especially around the month of April, a lot of alts popped up like 3-4x. So I do think this is going to happen again for the next 4 weeks in like November. It's very potential. It does look like it's very prime. We're going to go through the whole thing. So we're going to talk about dollar index, ES as usual, BTC, Ethereum. We're squeezing some alts as well, and we're talking about Volt Inu, right? Shout out to Volt Inu. So these guys, like literally, if you remember last week, literally a week ago, I made I marked out a plan for Volt Inu itself. Discussed about like, you know, like this is where the buying opportunity was, X, Y, and Z, because it was at a range low from a technical point of view. Spoke a bit about fundamentals, about like what they're doing as well, you know, during the bear market, and some of the partnership they did have actually lined up. Some of the partnership they did lined up with as well, and I'm in Volt, so I'm up like 30%. So, and I do think there's a bit more upside there. There's some more news coming out from them. We'll discuss about it in like later on in the show. So stick around. And I think we're gonna have a crazy month. I really do think so. Right, let NFP do its thing. It's gonna be choppy. NFP is in about 2 hours and 10 minutes or so, and then you're gonna have that volatility move, as everyone's, you know, if you guys were, you know, seeing the stream, and or even actually, you know, watch NFP happen as well. It's the first Friday of every month. That's NFP for you, and non-farm payroll. So from there we'll see what happens, and then come the weekend, it's going to be an interesting move, really. Actually, we're going to see. So we'll see what happened. Let's do the shout. See who's in the who's here. So we got Bo Winders here. How you doing, my brother? Daink Country Club. Good to have you here. Critique. Jordan. You got Vale. Is it Valet? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Is it Valet or Vale? Just correct me on that. Joe Crates here. What you saying, man? Good to have you here, champ. We got Dean Suleiman. Good to have you here too as well. Guna's here. We got Burn League is in here. What's going on, brother? Gameball, Hunter, Cryptique's here. Ed's here. Walaikum salam. Adam's here. What's going on, my champ? How you doing, brother? I'm down for a smidge this week, but never mind. We push on. Yeah. I'm down as well myself. I mean, I took a stop loss on BNB yesterday. I had an ETH short, which I was discussing with the guys, and I brought my my stop loss to break even, got stopped out on that. So now I'm just gonna let things unroll itself right before even taking any trade. I'm not looking to take anything in the next half an hour or so, but we'll discuss the whole thing there. Yo, hey now, how you doing, man? Yardi's in the house. Good to have you here, man. It's been a while, man. I haven't seen you around here, Yardi. You good? Smash the likes, everybody. Thank you for that, Morningstar. Finger, man told. You never short BNB. Yeah, true. You never short BNB. Well, we will short BNB soon. I'll talk about that. In a bit. Because you have to remember, right? Like I know the whole bullish momentum with BNB is actually quite crazy. Let me just say this out now, right? And we'll talk about BNB in the future, right? Like in the streamers. I definitely will fit that in. I know BNB is actually going all crazy, and it's just like, on a bullish momentum. Now, if you guys recall, let me show you this. Where was it? That's not it. Right here. If you guys recall, I showed you this plan here. I said target one will be here, right, off this area of consolidation, and then once we get back above it, that'll be target 2 up into this area. So I'm going to show you this particular thing. It's a range. It's a range bound environment. This approximately is around the mid range. That's range low. This is range high. And I'm going to show you to this, right? So like when price gets up, right, just briefly, just before we carry on, when price gets up and then, you know, does a bit of a deviation, moment gets back below this block itself, then that's your shorting opportunity with a stop loss above there, playing it back to mid range and then back to range low, right? We'll talk about that. But the guys in the DCC, I did a very in-depth video on BNB yesterday, actually. So check it out if you haven't checked it out. I know there was a number of you guys who were watching it live with me as well. But there's like, I want everyone else in the DCC to check it out, because it's going to be our long-term hollow bag coming in the future as well. There's a lot of discussion on there. We talked about previous price action and whatnot. It's quite informative, so do check it out there, okay? So that's viewing video, really. So let's get on cracking though. Who we got, Elza? I'm good now. I'm really good. You know, alhamdulillah, I can't complain, man. It's a Friday. Happy Friday to you guys, man. Jamal Barak to you guys. Wishing you all the best of luck and happiness and a great weekend. Bern, greetings from the Netherlands. Oh, bless you, man. You know, I gotta say, the Dutch community. There's two communities in crypto that I have a lot of respect and a lot of admiration for, and they're really, really cool people. The number one is the Dutch. The Dutch community has always been phenomenal with me, and the second one is the Turkish community. I don't know what it is with the Turkish community. Somehow, like during the bull run, right, the Turks, right, like they were, I don't know if I look Turkish or something, I don't know, or a lot of people start speaking Turkish with me, like in my DMs in it. I was like, yo, I'm not Turkish, brother. I'm from Mauritius. They're like, where's that? I was like, yeah, it's an island. It's just a little tropical island somewhere in the middle in the Indian Ocean. So the Turkish community has been quite mad with me. Really, you know, like shout out to these guys as well, and shout out to all the other communities out there, man. Like the Europeans, the Americans, like the lot. So big shout out to you guys. Yo, we got Vegeta in the house, man. Good to have you here. I got Paul from Kyiv. How you doing over there, man? Things going well from in Kyiv in Ukraine? Hopefully you're safe and sound, and like your family's well as well. And I do hope that, you know, the issue that's going on with the war gets ended as soon as possible, because this is just getting silly now. It's getting really out of hand, and you know, it's all political. Obviously, there's a lot of political factors going on behind the whole Ukraine situation. Now, I don't really get involved with too much political talks, especially in public. But the thing is, for me, the bottom side, whether you're pro-Russia or you're pro-Ukraine, whichever side it is, at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We have one life. We all bleed the same. Doesn't matter which race you're from, which color, or, you know, what color you're from, or what your, you know, religion or whatever. It doesn't matter about your belief. We're human beings, man. We all come from flesh and bones and blood in it. So that's what binds us together. End of the day, regardless of all this shit that's going on, you know, it's just nasty. It's just like places like all over the world. Like you got the Middle East situation that's going on. You got the Ukraine situation that's going on. It's just like, when does this evilness end, man? When does this like horrible life actually, like, you know, like when does it become beautiful? The world's a beautiful place. Unfortunately, we've got some, you know, like real donkeys out there who actually wants to take the world for themselves, or, you know, take land for themselves and have this agenda for themselves and whatever. Fuck that shit, man. Honestly, man. Fuck these people. End of the day, right, man. We're human, man. We're from the human race. You ain't seen fucking scorpions and lions and snakes fighting each other, fam. You ain't seen that shit. But us humans, for some reason, we decide to fight and then go to war and destroy lands and destroy people's homes and livelihood and what the fuck, man? I don't understand. I don't fucking get it. Like, I don't really care about, you know, like how the conspiracy theories, like, oh, America's behind this. I don't care about those conspiracy theories. At the end of the day, right, we're human beings, man. What the fuck's going on? Like, we should all be enjoying life together. Like, when someone is down, like, the Quran says it very well, right? Like, it says, like, when you kill a human being, it's as if you kill the whole of humanity, right? That says a lot to me. That to me, I take it to heart. If I hurt someone, it's like I hurt the whole of humanity. If one person of the world, like one area of the world is actually hurt, the world is a body. We should feel the pain as well. So whether it's in Palestine, whether it's in Ukraine, whether it's in Syria, Yemen, or anywhere in the world, whether it's in Argentina, anywhere in the world, like Cambodia, we should feel the pain. We should feel the pain, and we should stand together, no matter what the situation is. There shouldn't be any of this crap, man. Live your life as you know. Live your life yourself. Do your thing on your own, and just move on. Just move on, man. Fucking hell, what the fuck's going on, man? Human plus power equals death. 100%, man. Just sent your BNB chart in some Telegram group, and the chick there mistakes me for pro trading. Oh shit, Balwinder. Go to ask for some favors to send your next post on Twitter, you dickhead. Balwinder. Balwinder's basically trying to. He's catfishing, you know. He's catfishing. Balwinder's being dick. Yo, red, blue, green, what's going on? So much electrical hump. Oh, is it still going on? Sorry to sound like no. It's no, of course not. Someone from the DCC, can you help me out afterwards after this stream as well? Because I think there was a few of you guys were saying the same thing as well, but yeah, I'll definitely have to sort that out 100%. I'm so sorry about that red, blue, green. The hump. I need to, because I was listening to it yesterday, right? I did a BNB's outlook with the guys there, and I listened to it back. I was like. I was pretty much focused on the alpha. I was like, yo, I spoke some good truth there. Check cake. Yeah? Alright, check it out. Looks baked. That's fucked. And I didn't really hear anything. I didn't think I hear anything, but I'm gonna check it out. Are you listening to your phone or on your on your whatchamacallit? PC. Let's clear this all up there. We'll wait for that. Anyway, so we're going to go on ahead in the meantime. So what we're looking at is dollar index. We're going to start off with dollar index. Are you listening to your laptop? Are you hearing any hum, Balwinder? Let's get this up there. Alright, cool. That's fine. Yeah, I wonder if you guys are hearing any hum. Okay, cool. We're going to carry on in the meantime, alright? So, we got to this high right here. All right, this is the high itself. Is this the the short-term high for us to go back down? I mean, on a weekly itself, I'm showing the weekly chart because it's coming to the weekly close. We've started off. This is the weekly open. For those who don't know, this the anatomy of the body of a candle is quite simple, right? So you got a candle here, for example. Before I carry on, just to break it down for anyone's newcomers as well, at least they understand what's going on. So on a body, right? So mine's a white and black. White is up candles, black are down candles for me. For if you start trading view, it will be green candles for up candles and red candles are down candles. But for this up candle, this is the open. That's the low of the candle. This is, well, we don't know what the close is until we close in 12 hours and 29 minutes, and that's the high of the candle itself. And then we've also got the body of the candle, so the close of the candle. Wherever it closes there, that'll be the close, and then we start on the new week. That's the anatomy of a candle. Just briefly talking there. So looking at this now, in terms of the dollar index, right? So what have we done this particular week? What we've done, we're taking out last week's high, right? So already on the spot, we can mark out last week's high, right? And if we close below it, that's bearish, because all we've done, we did the stop run of last week's high. We didn't even stop run this and stop run this, right? Because if you close below it, then what happens is for the next week, we can see some more downward play there. Does that make sense? Because it's gonna become that will be acting as resistance, right? This is a key level here off a weekly. If we close below it, we are underneath it here. It acts as resistance. At the same time, what did we find resistance off, right? Off a block. There's got to be a block in particular, right? And it's this area here. Can you see this? Let's just draw this out like that, right? See this particular area here? We had some consolidation all in this area. So yeah, we got some wicks here, wicks there, wicks up on the upside, a little bit of a wick there, and so on. But this is the major consolidation on the weekly side. There were prices when when price decided to do this, right? Let me delete this. I need to delete this shit. Oh, you know what it is? My arm. I did fucking gym in it. My shoulders are burning as hell, man. So it's like to move my arm is such a pain in the ass, man. It'll be heard on whichever device you listen to. It's in the audio signal, bro. Pretty sure it comes from the cable or faulty outlet. Fuck. Because I've got the freaking I got a cloud, right? I've got one of these thick cables as well for the Shure microphone, and I've also got the Focusite. I've got the Focusite where you can plug in two fingers. So, man, that's a pain in the backside now. Ah, okay, I'll have to check that out now. See what's going on. So yeah, we were saying that, as you can see, consolidation was happening in this area. What the fuck? There we go. Consolidation was happening in this particular area here. You know, we got a high and a low in this particular area here. Comes back down, closes below this block itself, goes down low, finds a retest once, and you know, just a retest there. We want to close below here, really and truly, right? If we have a weekly close below this low, I'd say, let's have a look. I'd say around this area here, 112.13, around that area itself. If we get a close on the weekly below there, that's perfect. Because what that means is that all this is this just a retest? Whoops, the fuck? Can't even click properly today. All this is just a retest of this block here, breakdown, and of course we get close below here. That's not the first one. That's the first key area we need to close below here. Second key area is close below this block. Then we can start sending it back down to the expansion move there. And let's see what's going on. Because if you're looking truly, right, you know, off the weekly candle, we're just going to use the body of the candles, okay? Because the wicks are all retail. The wicks are retails. This is institutionals, right? Institutional body candles. That's what we're looking at, right? So we use this as an example. Let's just use this particular body candle. Can you see how these body candles from the highs and the lows, right, has been in consolidation? Consolidation. Well, let me just try to change a different color, right? Consolidation of the body of the candles. Right, small body candles leads to big massive candles, whether it's on the downside or the upside, right? So we're looking at this, right? If that's the range band environment, all we've done was come back, retest it as a deeper pullback, breaks down, right? Then we can have a fucking massive ass motherfucking candle in November. Good for crypto, good for the stock markets. Let's do another thingy, a bear market rally and push up the fuck up as well. We can see, like, you know, obviously we've seen ETH has had quite a good run during Asia, and same as Bitcoin as well. You know, it's broken up on a good side as well. But once NFP is done, like, look, I don't know if NFP is gonna do something like this, right? If NFP is gonna spike up one more time and then spike down, and then we find this resistance. But the key area number one is get below this high, in particular on the weekly, and the key area number two is get below this block itself, right? That's the two key areas we need to get below on a weekly, and then we can get this done day by day, right? So I mean, let's have a look on the fucking 1 hour, because it's an NFP. I'm not doing any trades, I'm not looking for anything. Let's just use this range band environment. This hasn't changed at all. The situation is still the same, right? But like in terms of like the price action, we just had a deeper pullback. We're at the mid range. Let me discuss this now. So what we got here? We got, make this fucking black in it. So what we got here? We got range high. All right, that's the range high. Can everyone agree with that? I hope so. Please don't disagree with me, right? And that's the range low, and that's the mid range, and we got the 75% of the range, and we got 25% of the range. Nothing too complicated. You know how it is, range band environments always, okay? So that's it. Keep it all nice and simple, and you can see quite clearly, right? And the reason why I chose these highs and lows, that's the high, right? That's capping the market. We haven't even retested this fucking area though as well, which means I don't, like on an NFP, I wouldn't mind a spike up there, range band here, and we have to close below that weekly candle that we showed anyway. Fucking a spike up here is not really good, to be honest, anyway, but we'll get to that in a bit. So that's the range high, range low, mid range. All I've used is just a swing position. That's the swing high, swing low. That's all I've used, nothing else. I didn't do anything complicated there. It's swing highs and swing lows, and you can see the mid range holds its place as a deviation, resistance over here, gets up a support, do a deviation, comes back up, finds resistance, and then all this key level has been acting as resistance. We have a clean smash up there, this is actually retesting a support. The moment we get back below here, that's it. This is your shorting opportunity on dollar index. You can play it back down to 25 and play it back down to range low itself, and that's how we're looking for. And then let's do the fucking expansions. Once we break out of this on the downside, let's fucking expand the fuck out of it back into this, and let's long the shit out of crypto, your Doge, your BNB, your Volt, your Link, your RSR, XRP, whatever, CRV. There's a lot of stuff. Chiliz is going to be a good one as well. I'm telling you, Chiliz, CHC. So best adult dating site, bruv. If I listen, sexfind.xyz, if I need an adult dating site, I wouldn't come to you, right? So please do me a favor, fuck off, dickhead. I don't get it. I think it's Balwinder, the sexy lad here, and Mr. M with his sexy display picture. That's what it is. That's why they come over here, innit? Fucking hell. So that's what it is. But the thing is, right, where's like, look, that's what we're talking about in terms of range band environment. Like the things hasn't changed, right? We've got, it's a lot of fucking drawings, isn't it? Fucking hell, what the fuck? Oh man, I clicked it so many times, right? It just fucking fucked up on me. Anyway, let's just do the mid range, right? That's the key point. That's, fuck off. Right, that's the key point right here. Everything else we'll talk about it afterwards in terms of the trend line, but we gotta focus on this on horizontal ranges, okay? Thank you, Cryptique. So yeah, so really and truly, right, like what's going on here? You see this range high over here? That's cap. Oops, let me change the color. That's capping the market on the upside, and the low is right here. Yeah, I'll use this, and that's capping the market on the downside, right? We have a bit of deviation here, right? Deviation, but played in the majority of the range. Bit of a deviation, spiked up, did a stop run there. It's come back down, right? It's come back down. It's now playing back up, right? No problem. If it's playing back up, right? Now the particular area of interest where we're looking for heavy resistance all lies up over here. This particular area here has been acting as heavy resistance. Can you see that quite clearly? This area here, consolidation, do a deviation, retest it into there, retest, comes back down, sells off, comes back into a deeper pullback, retest in this area here of this block, comes back in, retest, sells off, retest, but we do one more spike, and that was the freaking whatever it was last week. I forgot what it was actually. Spiked it off back down, and off we go. And now again, it's come back to this area of retest. So I'm expecting this block to be as resistance. If you want to have shorts, right, like where are we completely wrong? Here, if we have a close, and not once, right, as you can see, this is the 1 hour chart, right? Let me just delete some of this shit. Right, not once can you see a clean close above that box. When we see a clean close of a body candle above the box, then all right, cool. But then we got to flip bias, right? And someone was talking about yesterday in the group about how it's important to flip in bias as well, and he really appreciates, you know, like how easy we can, you know, I show that it just flip the fucking bias anyway, and here's no different. We have a clean candle over here, flip the bias, and it retests and hold above it. This is your long-in opportunity confirmation. Stop loss below the box here, play it back up to range high. Target 1 over here and target 2 over there, and that's it. Simple as that. That's what happened there. So with NFP coming up, right? Now, speaking about this, now I got like some areas I can work off on there. With NFP coming in there, I can see that we're at support. We're at support. This is mid-range. Mid-range has been reactionary. Has been a massive reaction. It's going to be morning to you, Justin. Good to have you here. It's not much work, but it's honest work. Bless you, bro. Dude, I love coffee in the morning, man. It's good. But yeah, NFP. NFP's coming up in about the next 2 hours. Like, we're less than 2 hours now. We're at support here. This is the mid-range. Mid-range is acting as support. We haven't lost this mid-range yet. If we close below here, then we're looking for retest. Any retest, deviation, whatever, breakdown, and then we can send it down 25, then range low. Agree? But we're at support, and NFT, fuck off, man. NFP is coming around the corner. NFP is around the corner, and I'm expecting some spike, which is why I'm not willing to take any trade yet. Because what spike can I expect? Well, if we're at support, what happens? If we're at support, the price will stop talking about no, not November, lads. Bots picking up on university, motherfucker. Yeah, with after NFP, I'm looking for longs, but I need to see what the price action is giving me first, really. But look, if we're at support, right, mid-range is acting as support. What happens at support? Would you long support or would you short support? If anyone says they're gonna long, short support, like, then if you're shorting support, it's a bit dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't short support until you get a clean break. When you get a clean break, any resistance, then that's what you're shorting. You're shorting at resistance, you're longing at support. So with that idea in mind, knowing that we're at the mid-range, what happens then? NFP, we're going to expect a spike. I expect a first spike up, take out these highs over here, come into this box there. I want to see this hold anyway, and whether it spikes up and takes this stops up, but I do want to see it get back down, right? Because we're going to see some volatility move to like bang, bang, bang. Like, it's going to be fucking non-stop, like a fucking Mexican cartel going mad. That's what it looks like, right? Like in Guatemala, was it? I was going to say Guantanamo Bay for a second ago. Like Guadalajara, it's going to be like a fucking, like, it's going to be crazy. Trust me, like, watch it. US jobs reports today, yeah, definitely, 100%. It's NFP is the importance one, in my opinion. Let the whole situation happen after. Forex Factory, let me delete this for a second. What's happening on Friday? That's the wrong fucking date. That's like next week. Why am I looking at next week? That was yesterday I was looking at that. Friday, yeah. Unemployment change for the US dollar, for Canadians. Average hourly earnings today, non-farm payroll, and we've also got the unemployment rate as well. So that's all coming out today. These are the three important things. They're coming at 12:30 UK time, UTC, right? So it's literally in less than 2 hours, okay? So these are the main important things. What I'll do as a recommendation for you guys is to let the market do its thing. Give it fucking time, right? When you see market doing like crazy fucking moves, like, let me bring this back up. No. There we go. Right, let me just bring this back into here. Yeah, So when you see the market's doing crazy fucking moves, what's going on here? I fucked it up, didn't I? Fuck off. Yeah, when you see, oh man, I fucked it up, man. I gotta start again. Sorry, guys. Fuck's sake. What a fucking ball ache. Well, I was in the zone as well, completely in the zone. And I just went on to fucking NFP. Oh man. Let's do this. Oh fuck's sake! Come on, Daink, stop being a little bitch. There we go. Let's focus on the chart, and let's get that fucking blue box back up. Where's that blue box we're looking at? It's right here. That's the area of consolidation. Is acting as resistance. Cool. That's fine. Right. Well, yeah, like the Wild West. What's going on, David? Good to have you here, man. Hope business is going well, and the family's doing well, and like this, your staff is doing well. Send them my love as well. So yeah, I was thinking with NFP. So NFP, right? What I'll do is let it do its thing, innit? Like if it's gonna go down, right? Let it go down, right? If it does something like this, do its thing, whatever. Once we find resistance, this is your confirmation. That's your deviation of the mid range. We short this motherfucker back down to range low, or 25% range low, right? Cool. That's your opportunity. Or whether, fuck's sake, man, come on. Or whether it goes like this, spikes up. I don't give a shit if it spikes up, takes out these highs, or even goes up higher. I don't really care. Let it do its thing. Come back down. Find resistance, right? Once it finds resistance, now I can take an aggressive play. Invalidation will now be here. Play back to mid range. Once we get back down to mid range, that's your confirmation, and we can continue back to 25% range low. Whether it does that, or whether it just literally simply just spikes up into the box one more time. I mean, I'm quite happy for it to spike back up. Let it just spike up. Comes back into this area here. There's a consolidation right there, which is going to come up there. Finds resistance, come back down. If it finds resistance here, I can, again, plan still goes down for a short back to mid-range. Once we lose this area here, that's it. Back to 25, back to range low. Done. End of story. Now, where would I be wrong, right, if it's going to be bullish? I already discussed this quite early on, right? If it comes back up, finds support off this area, then hang on a second. This is bullish market structure. I have the flip bias. We're all looking for longing Bitcoin and BTC and Ethereum, right? But if I have to switch bias, then they switch bias, right? So this, glasses. Oh fuck, man, I'm alright at the moment. Yeah. So like in terms of, I'm in my zone. Let me get a thingy. I'm really in my fucking zone. I don't know what it is, but something fucking clicked today. But yeah. So if it switches bias like that, right, it does something like that, then we fucking switch the bias back to range high. No problem. Target one's here, and then maybe target two there. Done. End of story. And then we'll see what happens. Come into the next week. If it holds above it, shows bullish market structure, we carry on going up higher on dollar index. We'll see what Bitcoin and the ES is doing. If they're going for shorts, we play the shorts. But if price comes back down, that's your fucking confirmation. Loses fucking low, right? Loses low over here, finds resistance, off we go. Short the market down, off we go, and that's it. And then we see how, and I expect when price on dollar index is doing here, Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to be on the upside. And if they're doing the upside, what do? We long the crap out of it. Make sense? Hopefully it does. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. I feel like I'm on speed, but I ain't on speed. I don't take drugs. All right, cool. So Ethereum, it's been a bit of a bitch, right? Yeah, this is the trade I took yesterday. I brought my stop to break even. Got stopped out. Fuck it. Never mind. Move on. Right. So what's interesting about Ethereum? Let's have a look. Number one. Right. We are above the monthly open. This is too far away. The fuck you doing this far away? Right. You shouldn't be going that there. You should be over here. Right. So we know we've got Monday's range. Everyone agrees? Monday's range is right here. Weekly open, monthly open, quite clean and simple. What are we playing at? We are playing between this range here and this range over here. You can see we capped at that high. That's the 75% of July's range, and that's the mid range of July's range. That's where we're capped at, right? So it's all good. Am I right in saying that? I hope I am. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're capped in there, so we're still playing within this range, right? So you can already say like even if I don't want to do this, right? Let's just do a Fibonacci of these simple ranges and see what's going on, right? And I can see if he's clearly. We are above the mid range, right? We're above the mid range between this high here and this low here, which is 75 in the mid range. We're above there. You can see it's resistance, get up, support, comes back up, range high, comes back down, support, deviation, comes back up, goes to 75%, finds support, sells off, deviates it, caps at 75%, comes back down, and it grinds above it, does a deviation, spikes back up, right? And takes out the stops, and then comes back down to where? to the range low of this particular range itself. And then what happened is after that, it's been a bit choppy. Let me delete some of this shit. Too much drawing on there. Yeah, what's happened is it's been a bit choppy there. Showing me lower highs there. I decided to take a short there. Brought my stop loss at break even when it was coming back down, and it just fucking sounded itself off during Asia. No problem. So now it's come back up. It's hold up. It's hold at the mid range. We're above the monthly open. That's all good. I'm not willing to take a short here yet because I'm gonna put my stop loss here. Fuck that. To get this is not even to get this target over here. This is not even a 1 hour move. I'm gonna let the market do its thing. Even if it goes up here, no problem. I'm happy to get back on board over here to play it back up there. I'm really happy to do that. That's not a big deal, right? I would like if it gives me now if NFP, right? I'm on Ethereum minute. Fuck it. Yeah, let's do Ethereum anyway. If NFP comes back down, right? Comes back down here, I'm happy to put a buy limit up here, this area here, around. I'd say, let's have a look, just off the top of my head, off a bat. I'd say probably, nah, fucking probably here, about 1544, around 1544. I'm quite happy to put like a buy limit there. This is risky. This is risky, right? Because we could come back down and stop me out over here. It's very, very possible, right? But I had to put an invalidation over here. If you want to put a buy limit, and like for in anticipation for NFP for a pullback, come back into this area there, and then come back up there, you have to put a stop loss here. This is your invalidation. This is the deviation between those ranges here. Does that make sense? So that's like a lot of people like this is really, really aggressive. You can do so, but what could happen is this, right? You see this particular area, which is why I kind of wanted price to come back in this area. It's a consolidation of here. It's the last low that's in the market up high, right? But what's happened is market structure is broken up on the upside there. So now, does it come back in here? It could from NFP. It could very well do that. Come back down. Either it spikes it out there and find support of this area here, this particular area here. You can't really see that. There we go. Find support of this particular area here, right? Spikes this out there, reclaims this low here, and then that's my bullish thingy market structure to play target 1. Target 2 as the monthly open, see how we react. If we start breaking down, cut the rest of the trade because it can come back down on itself. And then if it's bullish, it will reclaim the monthly open, weekly open. And once we get the weekly open, that's it. Target 3, target 4, and off we go. Done. That's the trade done. And that's what I would be looking for. NFP is interesting. I want to see if I'm anticipating a dollar index to push up, right, for a spike up because we're at support. I showed it to you. I showed you. If you don't remember, just rewind it back. We find a support at mid range. Then which means that where support mid-range is going to be a bit of a long, okay? So I'm expecting a bounce up into that block, that blue box that I showed. Once we get into that blue box and then reject off that, I want to see how Bitcoin, Ethereum is doing in this area. Does it come into here or does it come into here? I don't know, right? It could well come into here. It could well come into here, spike into this area and then do this. I'm happy to take a long here and then, again, you stop loss over here and then play it back up to higher prices, monthly open, 2075 and then range high. That's the prey. I think that's the skin phase just took me off the fucking mind off the fucking what? Yo ho ho, it's Pirate Daink. Dickhead. Oh man, I love these guys so much. Bruv, I just realized I've been speaking really, really fucking fast. Really, really fast. Is it too fast for you guys? I don't know. Hopefully it's not. If not, you might have to slow down the fucking the whole stream itself. Let's just make another sig, right? But you see what I'm talking about with NFP. Like I'm not willing to trade now. I'm willing to just wait. Like even if price gets up and comes into this area and NFP shoots up and it's fine support here, no problem, no problem. I'm happy to take the long up there. Because I'm not willing to risk an R there. I've taken a few stop losses, altogether this week itself, and I'm not willing to risk it anymore. Right? I need to reduce my risk. Number one, in my head, this is what I'm talking about to myself now. That today, as much as like I'm happy to take a trade in here and there, now that I've taken a couple of losses here and there, I've reduced my risk down to 50%, and now I'm trying to make that money back. That's what I need to do. I don't care about making like so many R's. I want to make that money back. That's the mind frame that I've got in my head. So that's the way that traders need to think. So if you make losses, don't think like, oh shit, I made a loss. I'm gonna revenge trade. Fuck the revenge trading. Revenge trading is like fucking grabbing like a monster dildo. You guys seen that monster dildo shit, right? It's mad. That is some mad motherfucking shit. That is. I'll tell you something. Like, I've never used it. Obviously, I'm a dude, right? But I mean, like, guys can use it as well. I'm not saying anything else about it. But I'm saying like I've never used it, but I've heard like how I find out about monster dildo. My boy messaged me yesterday. And he goes to me, he's like, bro, it's like, because I told him I got some losses here and there, X, Y, and Z in it. I told him like the losses. I made the I cut my BNB trade at a loss in it, right? Before he took me out a -1R, but you might as well call it a -1R trade in it. And he goes, bro, you know what BNB is doing? And he's like, he sends me a picture of a monster dildo. Like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, bro, this is a monster dildo. A monster dildo. He's like, bro, what you're doing is right now, you're sitting on that motherfucker, and you're just like. And you're not even feeling the pain. You're numb to that feeling. Fucking monster dildo, the monster. And I was like, that's probably one of the harshest diss I've had in a very long time. Yeah, I'm sitting on a monster dildo because I've taken some R's. That's what he said. But what's your voice for you? Big love to you, my bro. Yeah, fucking dickhead. I want to show him. Let this week finish and I'm gonna show him who's sitting on a fucking monster dildo. When he's longing, I'm shorting it. Then yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm messing. I got love for him. I'll tell him when I'm shorting anyway. But look at this. Interestingly enough, right? Off Ethereum, right? Literally is this, right? You can see a trend line coming in, right? Let's just delete all this shit, right? There's a lot of noise here, and then you see this high in particular. Look what happens now. Let's do it here. Yeah, I'd say that. Approximately like that. It doesn't really matter how clean the thing is. But look. Resistance, 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 resistance. We had a clean smash above it. Market structure broke over here. Once we're taking on that high, because this was when we made that low, that's the first initial bounce before we had a reaction. This high was the key factor. So I was saying to the guys on a short, your invalidation would be here, right? I took it a bit tighter. I think my stop loss was here. Then I brought it down to break even before I got stopped out. Market structure is broken. That's number one. Number two, we've broken out the trend line. That's number two. It's not just broken out the trend line. We've actually cleanly had a nice candle up there. Can I draw a smiley face on this? You can. You can draw a smiley face. You can draw the fucking eyes here, the nose there, and like the mouth. Just about. But it shows that yeah. So we've got some confluence there. What's causing some of the issues at the moment? Well, in particular, it's this. Let's have a look. You see this area here? This area here is causing the issue. So if I were to drag that across, use this very candle there. And you can see how this has been a bit of an issue. This is consolidation, deviation, comes back down, retest, come back up there, stop take any stops on that block itself, and then comes back down, retest, comes back down, retest. So it's resistance. So I wouldn't be looking for longs. I wouldn't be. What's Ed saying? No, not November. If we watch 1 and 2 times, does it count? Good point, you know. It's a good point though. That's a very good point. I'll leave that to the chat. What do you think? Does that count? So, we're coming at resistance. I want to look for shorts. I'm ready for NFP. Let the pullback come in. Then, I'm ready to long it. Target 1, target 2, target 3. Looking at liquidity on Monday's high. This is Monday's high. We haven't taken out Monday's high liquidity. It's interesting enough, we haven't done it yet. So, again, if I use Monday's range, right, if I start Control Zing everything else, this is Monday's range. Look what we got in Monday's range. Here we go. Let me just mark this out so everyone can see it. So we got range low. We got the mid range is just at the weekly open, right? We got the 25% of the range, 75% of the range, and range high. Okay, nice and simple, and just keep it nice and simple. Let's have a look what's going on. We're at the mid range resistance. Would you start long in here? You'd be a fucking daft motherfucker if you're long in here. Where are you going to put your stop loss? Here. I definitely want to put my stop loss there. It's too risky. Because we can come back up, play back down, and NFP stops you out. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I'm not taking any longs here. I'm waiting for NFP. So for those who are asking, what after NFP, are we long and short? Well, we've got to see. Once we reclaim and hold above the mid-range, right? Now the probability increases to what? We're taking out Monday's liquidity in the low. There's liquidity resting over here. Let's take out the fucking liquidity up there. Take this out. If we hold above it, let's fucking long this shit. If we start breaking back down, we short this back down to 25%, then the mid-range. It makes sense for the mid-range because all this was resistance, and we play it back down. holds above it, let's play it level to level. At each level, we play it as it comes. Once we break out of it, happy days, we play that upside. If let me just remove some of this. I do a lot of drawing. Fucking hell, I do a lot of drawing in it. Now, if I'm wrong, right, for shorts, no problem. I have to actually, see, we're coming at mid-range. I'm not taking longs. If you take longs now, but make sure you get ready to start taking profits anyway, right? Let it do its thing, right? If it comes back down, place it back down, play it back to 25% of range. You can squeeze it back into this area here, target target 2, and then target 3 to Monday's low. From Monday's low, if we break down, then we can play it back to this liquidity there, and play a bit lower whenever the price comes down. But we'll have to see what happens, right? But if we find support on Monday's low, off we go, back to mid-range, range high. That's all it is. Play it back and forth like a ping pong. Does that make sense? Everyone's a bit like stunned out by thingy. By what you call it? Ed's comment. Is that July's monthly range? Yes, it is. The one in purple is July's monthly range. That's right, David. So yeah, 4 hours. That's all it is. Highs, the lows of July. That's September's range. This is September's range. July's range is this one here. Sorry, my mistake. Did it wrong completely there. This is July's range. July's range, what it is, we're finding resistance at the 75% of the range. We find, like, that's what we're finding resistance at the moment. That's July's range. July's high comes in at $1,800. September's range, the highs, I think it comes in at $1,800 as well. No, comes in a fucking, yeah, it's the same thing. So you can overlap the two things. July's high and July's 1789 and 1792. So July's high and July's July's high and September's high line up to one another. So I knew September's in this way, just to front run the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Just front run it. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. Big love to you. Right, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's gonna be no different. Right? Like what we got here, right? Number one, the main key factor that I want to concentrate is on this area here, right? This is a weekly range, right? We played this back when I was in Turkey. If you guys remember this really well, we played it back in Turkey. You know, ping pong the whole shit out of it. Bit of a deviation. When we came back down, ping pong the motherfucker back to range low. I mean, I didn't catch this high there, right? No, I think I caught this from this breakout of here. I played it back up to range high. I didn't catch the dump. On that one. I'll be honest with that. And then literally, then from afterwards, on the 19th of September, we ping ponged the shit out of it over here. That's how we've been playing it. It's been a very, very good fucking couple of months actually. A very good couple of months. So starting off on a shitty ass November, it happens, you know. It happens. Like I've had a very bad, like it's been a bad November for me so far. But I'm gonna be honest, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Say yeah, I'm making gains every single day. No, that's not true. There's gonna be times I make losses, right? So NFP next can someone recommend? Oh man, oh man. Right, so this is the range that we're looking at, right? Number one, again, we've got NFP coming up. I'm gonna repeat myself over and over again because I'm gonna draw this shit out of your head into your head anyway. We got a range band environment, the low over here and the high over here, and we've got the mid range over here, right? So we're focusing what's going on. We got a gap between the mid range and 25% range. So already we're coming out of resistance. Where's the resistance coming up? Let's have a look. It's this particular area here. Let's go on the 1 hour. Probably the 1 hour makes it nice and clean. So it's really here. This is the area that we're finding problems. So here, this is the particular area. Can you see that? This consolidation, right? Come back down, grind up, retest it over here. Comes back down, lower lows, retest it back up, sell off. Come back, doesn't retest it, but it starts grinding down. Retest it, sells off. And then what happened is we're coming back to this area here. So again, it's at resistance. It's the mid-range of the weekly range itself. Someone's fucking messaging me non-stop. Who the fuck's messaging me? Oh, read it after, man. So it's coming out to resistance. NFP could well spike up there, come back down, similar to Bitcoin, find support off here. If you find support, I play it back up to target 1, which is the block and the mid-range. Once we get back above it, it's a new range over here. Smash above the block itself, hold above it. That's your long. Stop loss below the block itself if you want. Or you can keep an invalidation over here. Play it back to 25%, 75% range, and then play it to range high. That's it, 21.9, we're done. Done with the trade, over now. After that, we'll see what happens. If we get back up and hold it, then we can play on the upside. If we start to play back down, come back into the range, you gotta ask yourself, the fuck you doing back in the range? You know what I'm saying? Turn off the fucking thingy. The sound is just Telegram going nuts. I don't know what's going on. I'll check it out afterwards. That's what we're looking at. And if it plays back down, we play it back down, right? Level to level, 25%, 75% range, and then play back into this consolidation. Then that'll be target 2, and then target 3 is at the mid range. If we hold support at the mid range and reclaim this box here, let's play it back up. That's all it is. Nothing else. Keep it short and simple. I'm just being patient. Honestly, the truth is, I'm being patient. I've taken, I've taken the time to have a look at the market early on. It's primed up. Don't get me wrong. I'm expecting massive breakouts across the market itself on a lot of coins like Doge, SHIB, and like SNX. Well, I didn't really look at SNX. I just saw that on the side. CRV is another one. CRV. Shout out to Ed, man. Ed actually called CRV in the group as well. He called CRV at range low. That's how gangster that guy is. So shout out to him. So get some water as well. Fucking on my arm. Oh damn. I can't even lift the thingy. A 2.5 litre water bottle. That's how bad it is. But there's my man Ed. Eva Elfie on 31st of October. That sounds like a porn star. What the fuck are you looking at, Bob Winder? How soon after NFP? Right on the minute. 12:30 UTC. Right on the minute. On the dot is going to be volatility. So we're going to do a session actually. I think I'm definitely going to do a session around 12:15. And then, we'll watch it together, right? So at least you guys have the experience, because watching it is quite important as well. It gives you because if you want to be traders as well, having these insights and watching it is one thing. Is a lot more impressive, because you start to register these movements, these volatility, and it's in your head. You're like, oh shit, NFP, I've seen this before like 4 or 5 times. It's always volatile. I'm not gonna take a trade because I've been stopped up plenty of motherfucking times. So I'm not gonna do this now. So. And then you start realizing, hang on a second, when Daink says to you, give it 2 hours, right? There's a reason why, because after 2 hours, we see some sort of, unless the market just rallies the fuck up or rallies the fuck down, it's a different story, but it tends to calm down a little bit. Price has to calm down because it's not natural. It's like when you get into a fight, right? And someone like this Tyrone like slaps your girl's ass in it, right? And you turn around, you're like, fuck you, Tyrone, and you lamp him in the face. That moment when you say fuck you, Tyrone, that adrenaline kicks in, right? And that adrenaline, you're numb to everything. So when Tyrone is, landing punches on you and giving you uppercuts and shit like that, straight right hooks and whatever, and you're not gonna feel the pain at the time. Anyone who's been in a fight will understand what I'm talking about. You're not gonna feel, and those who haven't been in a fight, don't fight. There's no need to fight. I don't think there's any reason for it. But you're not gonna feel any pain at the time. Yeah, your head will bob, like bob around, you bouncing off and whatever. But you're not gonna feel the pain. It's only after about an hour, 2 hours later, it starts to actually feel it. You start to feel all that pain, the bruises and whatever. You're like, oh shit, man. I mean, it doesn't feel as nice. But it's the adrenaline. It's the same situation. Like the charts are like all like, and during these events, right? There's all fucking adrenaline. There's like massive adrenaline that goes in. So again, the adrenaline pushes up, and then like adrenaline comes back down. He's just volatile and whatever, and slowly you start to calm down and show some sort of price action. And if we get this kind of price action, then we can go, yeah, let's take out these highs there, take out this, and then we can see how we react, and then grind all the way back up to range high. That's what you're looking for. So just be calm about it in NFP. Wait, it's 12:30, so wait about 2 hours, I'd say. Wait 2 hours and we can actually find something, okay? Tyrone in the house, 100%. So, look, broken market structure here. I mean, I'm quite happy to take a long once we hold into this area. Bullish market structure, back to mid-range. And then we reclaim the mid-range, continue the trade back to 75 to range high, right? Makes sense? But looking at this, right, this is on the weekly range itself, and we can see consolidation happening between this little area. How do we narrow this down? So let's start narrowing this down when using Monday's range. Monday's range, right, and at the same time, we've also got July's range, okay? July's range, let me show you this quite quickly before I forget. This is July's range, right? We're still stuck in July's range. You can use September's range, not a problem as well. But I'm using this one in particular. This is not right. What the fuck? This moved. 1 second, guys. Yeah, it's moved, man. What the fuck is going on? That's July's high. July's low. There we go. 1 hour. Let's go back on the 15 minutes now. Now we can see what's going on. Cool. So we're finding support at the 25% of the range. If we're playing level to level, right? Just literally level to level play. What do? We played from this level, from range low. The next level will be 25% range. The next range, the next level here, as long as we find support, which we're doing deviation, that's not a problem here. We're finding support. You know, like as long as we find support at this area, where's your next level? Your next level will be the mid range, right? So that's if you get back above here, hold above there, then your next level is the mid range. So it's level to level play. So like this will be invalidation to play up higher. It's too far for me to actually play a range bound environment. So I'm going to do the same thing I've done of in terms of like Ethereum. I'm going to do it with Bitcoin, which is this, right? Play the range bound environment, and look at this. You couldn't make this up. You just can't make this motherfucker up. Look what happened here. All I've done, right, is I've taken a Fibonacci between the mid range and 25% because it's a level to level play. Nothing else. We're just focusing on each level at one level at a time. And you can see the mid range comes in as resistance. It makes sense. So once we get above the mid range, what happens? We hold above it, then play the 75% range, and then go back to the next level. That's the key level, 21.7k, approximately around that area. That's the key level. Then once we see you get above here, show bullishness, let's go up higher. That'd be great. If not, we play back down. If it starts being choppy around this here, breaks down, we play it level to level. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're doing. So let NFP do its thing. Your confirmation for highs would definitely be above this mid range, which is around 20.970, around that area itself. Hold it above there, bullish market structure, reclaim the highs, off we go. That's your level there. And that's how you can play this if you want confirmation plays, you know, for more of a safer environment. At the same time, we've got Monday's range coming in. Let me delete this now. We don't need this no more. Coming into Monday's range, let's have a look. Again, we've taken out Monday's liquidity at the bottom on the downside. That's all good. Happy days, right? We're above the monthly open. That's all good. We had a clean smash above there. We're finding resistance at the weekly open. So it's natural. It's resistance. It's naturally going to be resistance. So let NFP do its thing. I don't know if it comes back down into here. If it comes down into here and spikes up, play it back up and keep going to range into Monday's high. Once we reclaim the mid range of the monthly open, especially the mid range over here, we play it back to range high. I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be cautious. I'm not going to take any trade just yet. I'm going to see how this works out. And guys in the DCC, we'll do a session afterwards as well. And yeah, we'll watch it together. We'll watch it together and we'll see how this works. And you can actually understand how to play this out when you know, get this spike volatility. And then we can squeeze in a few little buys here and there and whatnot. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Confirmation is it's breakout above Monday's high. And then that's when you know, okay, let's play for the next targets. The next targets you'll be looking for, well, we'll need to take out this high in particular. This over here. So you see this high over here? I mean, this high itself is capping the market at the moment, right? That's one thing. Once we get above there, right, just bullish market structure, then you got another trade to go up to this high of itself. Then look at for these stop losses there, and we hunt liquidity, take out these stop losses, hold above it. Then you know, bullish market structure, keep going up on the upside to look for 21.9k. All right, does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Right then, what's going on, Adam? How you doing, brother? Daink coach of Muhammad Ali. Thank you, my bro. That guy, I'm nowhere gonna be as close as the great Muhammad Ali, but I really appreciate that Abba window. That guy is something else, man. Just need to risk him some position. Yeah. I mean, I'm waiting for afterwards, innit? I'm waiting for afterwards and see what happens. So, right then, let's talk about Volt Inu. Right, let me just bring up the Twitter page, right? And then we're going to squeeze in a few alts here and there. Okay, Volt Inu. Right. Last time we followed them, right? They just hit 100k. Now they've got an extra 8,000 followers there. Happy days as well. They've got a lot of things coming up there. So one second there. Give me a second. Yeah. So Volt Inu. Give you a shout to Volt Inu as well. So last time we talked about Volt Inu last week, they just broken the 100k, and now they made an extra nearly 9,000 followers as well. So they are growing in terms of like their Twitter. They are very active on their Twitter, as you can see, very active. I mean, they tweeted 57 minutes ago, 1 hour ago. They're very active as well, and the chart looks really good as well. I did get into Volt when I spoke about it on Friday. Personally, I bought some in on the market. I'll show you the Dex tool in just a moment, and it's gone up like 30-40% actually. So it's, I'm happy to hold this as well, and it's quite phenomenal. So what they've got as well? They've got some announcement coming around 5-6 o'clock around the Eastern time zone itself, right around 5-6 o'clock in the afternoon. So pay attention to their Twitter. It's going to be posted out there. I can't really say what's going on, but they have they're going to release like a lot of information what's going to happen over the next few weeks, like their own dexes, some tier ones and some other things. That's the most I can say to you guys, but pay attention to them. They've got some good news coming up as well. In terms of some of the fundamentals that's happened about since last week as well. They've they've got like a schedule for tomorrow. Well, sorry, not tomorrow, today, which is what they're looking at VoltiCharge, right? There's a release on VoltiCharge, which they're looking to target about 100 exchanges by the end of the year. Now these guys are not stopping. They really are looking to actually get onto everything as much as possible. A lot of several tier one listing they're looking for as well. A lot of things are looking to come, and they've just got big stuff coming on, and it's one of the few Inu coins that I've seen, right? That a few meme coins that are actually really building and really doing something about it as well. I mean, you can name a bunch of Inu coins, right? Like Shiba Inu is a different story, right? That's a completely different story. It's got the whole Doge meme situation going on, but Volt, it's just on a rampage in terms of what they want to do. So that's number one. Number two, after Enes Freedom. So we talked about Enes Freedom, who was an NBA star. I don't know if you heard of Rooney. So the Americans will know who I'm talking about. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, so there's a bloke called Ronnie 2K. He's also known as Ronnie Singh. He's the actual digital marketing director of the NBA 2K games. That's a big thing. NBA 2K. Like if you guys are not into basketball, NBA 2K is like, so like in the Europeans, like in Euros, the Europeans, our side of the world, right? Because I'm based in the UK, so our side of the world going towards to Europe and whatnot, we're very into football, right? For Americans, it's soccer, right? It's really cool football. You guys gotta sort that out. I don't know why you're calling your rugby for football, but that's a whole different situation. We can talk about that another day. But our sport in Europe, we're very into soccer or football. We're really high into it. So you got like European teams like Manchester United. You got like Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Shout out to the Bayern. They're like, our game that we play for football will be FIFA. So FIFA 23 recently came out, and that's our thing. So like a lot of lads know what I'm talking about. Like all the lads should know what I'm talking about FIFA. If you've heard it, you know how big of a game it is. It's been going on I've been playing FIFA since FIFA 98. I've been playing FIFA 98 every single year. FIFA 2000, 2001, all the FIFA games I've been playing. So now the Americans, they've got obviously basketball, and their game is NBA 2K. Is a franchise just like FIFA, right? And now like Ronnie 2K, Ronnie Singh, he's he's a big name in terms of the whole platform itself, right? And like I said, he's a digital marketing director of the NBA 2K games. Now he's just recently posted a tweet just after Enes Freedom, and I'm just gonna play this out for you. Give me 1 second, guys. Right, 1 second, guys. You're not gonna hear it just yet.
On exchange after exchange, free. What's up, Voltoshi? I can't help but notice the project has been listed on exchange after exchange. Freedom was right. Bullish is an understatement. This FOMO will be strong. If you haven't already, check out Volt's website. Volatile in best dev.
So, if you didn't hear it properly, you can check it out on the Volt new page as well. He's bullish on Volt. He was saying that Enes Freedom is right, and he's bullish is an understatement as well. So, like for him, he's very bullish on this as well, and he's talking to Voltoshi as well. So that's another big name that we've got, like in terms of the Volt's franchise itself. So that's, in my opinion, I think we got a lot more upside coming up to it, especially with Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to push up. It's definitely a new thing that's going to come up. Well, they also have, right? Let me bring up the Volt homepage as well, just to speak about them as well. Well, they've got 3 new sex listing as well over the last 24 hours, bringing like to a total of 50 sexes they're actually listed on. 50 sexes. They're on 50 platforms. What the hell is going on here? Which is mad. It's mad. It's trying to reach out to as many people as possible, and it's reaching out. It is reaching out quite a number of it, because the market cap is really, really good, if you ask me as well. We'll talk about that in just a moment there. So they're on like CoinX, they're on Citrix, and they're on. Let's have a look. So CoinX is one. Bring this up there. Yeah, CoinX Global. They're on that. They've just recently actually joined in. This was like yesterday. Was it yesterday? On the 2nd, sorry, that was on the 2nd. They've also got on to another one here. Let's bring up Citrix Global. I was talking about as well. They've listed that again. That was yesterday. They've actually been officially listed. You can actually get onto Citrix as well to buy it, and you can find it on MEXC as well. One of my favorite exchanges. I see a lot of vaults I'm into as well, and another one called ATN Nerex as well. So they've actually gone on to a range of numbers. They're halfway through the numbers they want to go to, and they've literally got 50 more to go. Which is, if you're telling me in 2 months you're going to list on 50 exchanges, that's nuts. It's nuts. It's like, wow, what the fuck, man? Like, how are you doing this? But shout out to these guys. They're killing it, absolutely killing it. So Vault, right? If you guys remember from last week, let's just bring this up, right? As you can see, this is the Vault exchange. Let me bring up this one, maybe. Not. Let's bring up this one. Here we go. That's it. At least you can see what's going on there. So with Vault itself, right? What we got? We got an exchange. We got this price action coming on there. Now last week, actually I don't like this. Yeah, I'll just do it like that. It should be fine, right? As long as you can see the. 1 second. Let me just adjust this 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna adjust this there. Didn't plan this out properly. My mistake there. There we go. That's it. That's much better. Now you can see everything, all the numbers on the side over here, and we can see the Vault. So you guys actually are seeing that. I'm looking at Vault as well. So with Vault itself, quite interestingly enough, right? We discussed a range bound environment. So if I look at, let's go for the monthly, right? Let's do a top down analysis on this quite quickly. You can see that this particular month, right, from the launch itself, right, that's holding as support now, right? So just off this, or this as a basis itself, you can see support, do a deviation, and we're now closing back into this one, back into this low there. So now we're showing some bullish price action there. We're taking out these highs, we're taking out last month's high there clearly, and we're now any retest and hold above it, off we go. Then we can be targeting these highs there, and then from there we see what the next level is. So if I were to draw like a range band environment, I'd probably say the range band environment that we're playing is literally here. This range in particular, right? So that's the range we're gonna be focused on one step at a time. So if I draw Fibonacci right here, oh man, I don't like when it's like that. I've read 1 second. Fibonacci right here, that's that there. Let me just delete some of these stuff here. Style. These are all extensions. There's a whole different topic, that is. Right, cool. We're going to focus on this area here, and we're approaching the mid-range. The mid-range comes in around 69073, right? There's a lot of zeros in there, but let's look at 69073. That's what we're looking at, the mid-range, and that's the monthly. Looking at the weekly, right, we can start to see, hang on a second, what's happening on the weekly. We've got a bit of a consolidation that's going on over here, and I did say to you guys, right, that at the time, well, from last week itself, at the time that I was buying, I think I bought in around range low. I definitely bought in around range low, and we're looking for level to level play. So looking at this now, you can see that the mid-range acting resistance with the deviation over here, and where we're coming to, we're coming straight into the mid-range. So after the mid-range, we'll see what happens. So after weekly, we can say there's two things going to happen. Either we continue with bullishness, and we go to 75% range, and then up to range high, taking out liquidity there, taking out the highs there. Sorry, that's not the right word. Taking the highs over here and the highs over here. From there, we'll see what happens next. Do we break above it and hold above it? Let's go shooting up to the next set of targets there on the weekly lows, on this weekly low there, and we'll fill out all this inefficiency out here. So that's what we're looking for as the time goes unfold. But if you guys are aware in terms of alt markets, right, in 2018, I was saying this to the guys as well yesterday. I'm gonna tell you guys the same thing. Yeah, here comes the bots. in 2018, April 2018, right, we had a mini alt run, right. For those who was there, know what I'm talking about. Those who don't weren't there, just go back to the charts and have a look at some of the charts that you see. And the mini alt I'm talking about, it was like a lower high. It was a lower high on the macro perspective itself. And what happened is a lot of alts were doing like 3 to 4 X's. When they were doing 3 to 4 X's, some of these coins, don't get me wrong, they were doing 5, 10 X's in this area. Now, I'm not saying Volt's can do a 10x. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying is like it's very, very possible. Like while we have this alt run going on, that Volt can push up at least to a minimum of here to these range highs there. From there, break above it. Let's keep going up higher, and we'll see what happens. Right? That's the area from a technical point of view. So we're looking at that level to level, see what's going on. Now, looking at this on the weekly, we know we've got certain things to worry about. Now, on the daily, it's a bit more difficult to actually trade off the DEX tool itself, because as it unfolds, it will unfold itself. But if you see this, right, look, see this high. Look, let me just highlight this. This particular area here is capping the market on the upside. Now, when I mentioned this to you on the 28th, right, it was the 28th that I bought. 28th, yeah, I bought it around here. This is where I bought it. So already off the spot from where I bought it on I bought it on the day of the 28th. Let's say it's from here, from the open to the high where we are. It's 38%. I'm up 38% on my Volt. Like, I'm looking for a push up to go all the way to about 90%. So that's not a bad play. That's a really, really good play. Then after that, anything goes up above there is a fucking bonus. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just a mad ass bonus. And we'll see what happens, because this is going to be the area of resistance. That's the next area that we're looking for. When that's going to be capping the market. But we will see how it goes. As long as the market with BTC and Ethereum is showing bullishness, I don't see why we can't do this, right? So we work this out level to level as it comes out. So delete that. There we go. So I bought in already from there, and I'm holding this. I'm going to hold this. I have no intentions to start selling it anytime soon. Definitely not. What I'm looking at is now this area here. This is the next area consolidation right here. Now, if any price comes back down and holds above it, this is your next opportunity to play back to mid-range. From the mid-range, we hold above it. Then we can start seeing it 75% range, and then range high. That's your target there. Then from there, we'll see what happens next. You know what I'm saying? So this is your opportunity that if you want to come back, it might do a deeper pullback. Deeper pullback is what? Because look, as any chart itself, right? We got fast move up, right? This is a really, really fast move up. Not only did we close into the range low, we've actually smashed the fuck out of it like a motherfucker, right? It just completely just said YOLO. That's what it's done. And if it does do something like this, come back down, right, and holds it back down to range low, it's an opportunity to buy back in, going back to 25% range, mid range. From the mid range, see how we go, range 75, and then range high, and that's it. That's pretty much as simple as that. Playing a range bound environment off Volt itself. So then from there we'll see what happens. So I'm quite happy to buying in already. And if we do have a 3-4x move, then let's have a look briefly. Just having a 3-4x move. I mean, like, this is gonna be like, I mean, we've got quite some movement here. I mean, does it even come up to here? Does this happen up into this area? I don't know, but I like to see this as it goes, because look, bullishness here, hold above there. I don't see why it wouldn't go into this area as target 1. That'd be target 1, and then target 2, back into there. That's a very possible way. I'm not saying, no, he's never going to do that, but it's very possible. We'll see how the market goes as it unfolds itself. But looking at the thingy, like I said, 3-4x move, right? In April 2020. So I bought in on the 28th around here. This is where I got in. Now that move is a free 250x. 250% move. That's a 2.5x move right there. Which means, right, if alts are doing 3-4x, this is not a very. This is well could do it. This could well do it. But again, I'm gonna watch how price reacts at the at range high. From the range high, the moment we break above it and show bullish price action, then that's your deviation of the range low. This is your confirmation to play it up. Target 1, and then hold above it. Target 2. And no meme coins, right? Like these Inu coins, right? They fucking shoot the fuck up. You guys have seen it many, many times. They shoot the fuck up and they blow up. They blow past like no tomorrow. And that's the thing is about meme coins. So we'll see how that goes. Talking about the market thing, because I believe last week it was about 40 million. Obviously with the market pushing up, we should see a bit more increase of the market cap. It is now sitting at where? What is the market cap? 67 million market cap. It's gone up like 50%. 50% already from last week. We talked about it, and it's just warming up in my opinion. So definitely do check it out. Liquidity is quite high, 3.29. Volume is actually alright, 250k. Once it gets noticed, trust me, the volume start blowing up. I think you passed it as well. So I'm quite happy to hold on to this for a little bit more longer. So that's Volt, man. Shout out to Volt. Big love to Volt. Let's get some alts done. Let's have a look at some alts. One of my favorite ones I'm looking at, BNB though. BNB, this motherfucker. It's been a pain in the ass, I ain't gonna lie to you. Been a very pain in the ass, you know. Can't believe he's done this, you know. It's like, well, it is what it is. People saying don't phase SC, not SC. CZ, my mistake. Sorry, SC. I don't mean to confuse you there. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, don't phase CZ, this and that, right? I get it. But at the end of the day, right, I'm gonna show you this in just a second. Give me 1 moment. Bring this back up to how it was. Where's the fucking? Come on. That's it. There we go. Now we're back to normal there. So yeah. So looking at this, right, I'm just gonna have a quick look on the daily, right? This is a range bound environment, right? What we got here, right? Let me just delete all this. Let's briefly touch base. Range low. Oops, that's white. Range low, range high, and let's get those levels back in. 25% of the range, mid range, and we also got the 75% of the range. Okay, really simple, nothing too complicated. We're just gonna keep it nice and simple, right? And look where we're coming at to. We're at the 25% of the range, right? It's broken above it, so any pullback during NFP is an opportunity for me to long it back into these areas here, into this area there, aiming for mid-range. From the mid-range, we'll see what happens. If we hold above it, show bullish market structure, let's go. Next set of trade, 75% of the range, and then we're looking at range high. Taking out these highs there and that there. Again, a lot of you guys like, yo, Daink, are you really showing us that we're going to go to an all-time high on BNB? That's what a lot of you guys might be thinking. Like, the fuck you doing in it? Like, you're supposed to be bearish in it. Nah, motherfucker, it's a range-bound environment. This is just a range-bound environment. Clearly, you can see, I'm not making this up. This high, where we haven't reached, this high is capping the market. This high itself caps the market, deviation, resistance, sells off. So at least at a very minimum, that'll be the target here, squeezing it to an all-time high. That's what we're looking for, right? As long as we get above the mid-range, which comes in about $453, $450, let's call it like that. So that's what I'm looking at. And it's just a range-bound environment. Nothing's fucking changed. And just like I said, for those who actually played the 2018 April and seen the market as 3-4x, right? Well, from the lows itself, right, which was what, $187, going to $700. Let's call it like $200. $200, right, going to $700. That's a what, 3x move, 3.5x move. It's well possible that this can happen, right? And then once it gets back up, right, and does this thing, deviation, and holds below it, this is my shorting opportunity. Stop loss here, bring it back down to 25, 75, mid range. See how we go. 25 and range low. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes as we go along. Now, look at this, right? I'm going to bring this back up, right? Where was it? There we go. I'm going to bring this back up. You see this, right? This is on a weekly. And I'm going to bring this right back up. I'm going to draw this out again. On the weekly, let's have a look. So, the levels I drew in particular, right? Let's have a look. Close. There we go. The level I drew in particular, so we've got these blocks over here, block over there, and then we've got some highs and lows. All right, cool. Let's have a look. Let's do the same thing here. I've gone on over an hour actually, but fuck it, let's just have a good time. And I'm gonna try and cut this quite short soon as well. Right, so block over here, that's the first block over here, right? That's your first block of resistance, right? That's your secondary block. That's, well, this is gonna be definitely gonna be the first block of resistance over here. We've got some highs that we need to worry about. What were the highs? You see this high here in particular? That was acting as resistance. Now we close above it. That's all good. We've got this low over here in particular, acting as support. That's all fine. Did I miss anything else? I might have missed something else. And then we've got this particular low over here. And yeah, that was it. This particular low was acting as resistance there. But really, let's fuck that up. Let's just focus between this low here and this high here, right? And now, off the bat, any breakout, hold above it. What do? Look for bullish market structure, target 1. That's it. It's the same situation. And I did break above, hold above it, target 2. This is about the mid-range. If we reclaim the mid-range and reclaim this block especially, that is definitely going to be bullish price action. So we'll see how it goes over time. Yo, SZ, what you saying, my bro? How you doing? I just said your name by accident. I said CZSZ. Fucking hell. Good to have you here, my brother. Good to have you here, man. Big love to you, man. Shout out to SC. You know what? I'm going to plug him in again. Shout out to SC. If you guys don't know who SC on YouTube, well, you should know the name, right? SC, the man, the hour. There we go. There we go. This guy he's my teacher. He's my mentor. He's a good brother. Big love to him as well. Follow him on SC. He's got his own private group there, tradersc.com. He doesn't really talk about it that much, right? Because he's such a humble guy. That's an imposter. Yo, motherfucker. Yo, ban this motherfucker. My man decided to come in and fucking... Yo, how you getting imposters on... Sorry about that, brother. How you getting imposter? Fuck this guy. Love, man. Fuck you, man. Done. Fucking dickhead. I should have noticed because he didn't have the fucking mechanics on there. Fucking prick. Sorry about that, my bro. Imposters here. So when you jump on the stream, then you get imposters coming out. That's fucking mad. Sorry about that, bro. Careful of imposters. The real SC is Trader 1 SC. Just Trader 1 SC. That's the real SC, right? Can the real SC please stand up? So yeah, he's got his own private group called tradersc.com. He doesn't talk about it there so much there. He taught me everything that I know. So shout out to him as well. He's a king. He's got his own Telegram group. Please join into it. As a proof that like join channel. I have joined the channel. I don't know why. It's just not saying to me. I'm in the channel there, as you can see. I'm in the channel there. So definitely check out his Telegram group there. And on top of that, he also got his YouTube channel as well. So you just go to YouTube and Trader SC. Big love to this guy as well, man. He drops alphas. He does like Bitcoin for ledgers and altcoin for ledgers as well. Give him a thing, a subscribe button. If you guys are not subscribing to him, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Honestly, literally, I don't know what you're doing. You're not gonna make it, in my opinion. But he's a geezer and a half, a big time geezer. So big love to him as well. Fucking fake ass motherfucker try to jump in, bastard, dickhead. So fuck that guy. Fuck the imposter. Sorry. So yeah. So with BNB, we're looking at level to level, and that's all it is. That's your first set of targets there. As I'm waiting for NFP to actually unfold before I start spot bagging. When I start spot bagging, I'm gonna spot bagging and I'm gonna hold this as we go on through November. November can be quite bullish. We do have the election coming up on Tuesday, so again, it's gonna be a bit messy on Tuesday itself. But next week, next week, will be clear to see what happens. I'm just gonna watch this as it goes on, right? So that's BNB. We briefly talked about. I'm gonna try and squeeze in another alt. You got another alt? Anyone? Got one more alt? Squeeze it in, then we'll call it a day. Because I have gone on for an hour and 17 minutes. It's a long time, that is. Anyone? Okay, I'm recording these 2 jokes. What a dickhead that guy that was. Any alts? No one? No one's gonna give any alts? Alright, let me make my own alt then. I'll give you a chance, but no one actually tried. Let's do Doge. Fuck it, let's do Doge. Everyone loves a bit of good old Doge, alright? Doge, right, as on the weekly, it look kind of fucking bad, innit? It's looking shit. It's like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? Doge, don't fuck us up, man. Elon, what are you doing? So you see this particular area here. This is the area of resistance over here. This is the block that we're finding resistance, consolidation. Come back down, retest, sell off. Retest naturally is gonna find some resistance, no problem there. I don't really mind it. Again, at the NFP, when we start breaking above and hold above it, it's going to be fucking crazy, right? It's going to be quite a nut job over here. So that's one, right? But how do we get on board if you haven't got on board? Let's start doing some PA. So we got this PA here, right? Number one, I wouldn't mind if it comes back into here. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go on the 4 hours. Bring up everything. What's so key about these levels? So you see this area here. Let me try and bring this up. Range band environment, nothing else, nothing different. I'm always finding ranges as it is. See this particular area here, this, right, has acted as support, this particular block. So if we break down, right, and lose this low there, and it's over. It's coming back down to this area here, right? That's what's gonna happen. This is, if we lose this 10-cent area here, it's a clean smash below, it's fucking over. Might as well fucking short the market there. I'm ready to short it, and if it does come out itself. But we are still finding resistance here. We're still finding support here. So as long as we're finding support, we keep it as support, and we can look for longs. You can be well happy to buy in, already knowing where your invalidation should be, which is over here, up this low itself. You can well buy in a range low, holding this up, going to mid-range, 25% to range, mid-range. This is going to be a key area. Can you see resistance? Resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. We're going to naturally find resistance at 16.7 cents. From 16.7 cents, and look, knowing Doge, right? Doge can do this whole one-ass fucking rip in one go. Off a daily candle or something like that. You can do a disgusting ass rip. But if we hold above it, show bullish market structure, here we go, 19 cents and then 21.4 cents. From there, we'll see what happens there. Do we break below it? Show bearish market structure, play it back down to mid-range, 75 mid-range. At any moment, we hold support, cut the trade, play it back up, level. So you're looking to level to level. That's what you're looking at from these area here, and then we're looking at these areas here. At the moment, we are looking in this area. This is where price is getting capped at. So if we're looking at this, right, if price is getting capped out in this area in particular, what do we do? Well, let's go on the 1 hour. Let's see what's up, right? We can see a few things happening, right? If I want to get on board on confirmation, right, my confirmation really, oops, it's like fucking doodles and shit, right? My confirmation on board would be a break above this high there, hold above there, we get back into above this side. This is my confirmation for longs, playing it back up to 25% range and looking to squeeze it back to mid-range as the plan for the bullish plan. That's the number one, right? That's my first confirmation there. The second confirmation you can do is off a trend line. So if I do a trend line of here, you can see this quite clearly, right? Resistance, call it resistance, nearly there. It doesn't really matter. It's not drawn to scale, right? But at the moment we have a close above it and a retest of this, right, of this high here. Again, same situation. That's also lines in place with a breaking market structure, playing it back to 25% of range, and then playing it back to range high because we're at range low. This is now support. As long as it holds support, there we go. Off we go. I mean, from a leverage point of view, invalidation would have to be here, right, off this low here. Let me move my fucking head. Invalidation will have to be there, right? Once the invalidation's here, play back up, level to level there. I'm not in any leverage trade. I'll be honest with you. I've taken a couple of losses here and there today, over the week today. Fuck that. I haven't taken any trade today, over the week itself, but a small win here and there. But to me, it's nothing major. I don't really count it as a good week. It's been a bit of a crappy week, but I would like to get into some leverage trades off Doge as well, because we've seen Doge how it rips. And I didn't get into any leverage trade when we did this nasty ass rip here, right? When we did this rip here, I didn't get into any leverage trade here. I was looking to spot buy. I was looking to spot buy. I was like, all right, this move here for me as someone who actually trades the market and looks at the market itself, like this is a fast ass move there. So, and of course I was looking for bullishness to go up to the range high itself, but you can see we're getting capped over here, deviation capped over there, right? That 25% on the range is the key level that's actually fucking up the market. So when I saw this fast move up there, I was like, I can't really take a leverage. So I was quite happy to take a spot. So when I took a spot, right, so a spot from range low, I was very open when I bought in at 12 cents, just below 12 cents actually. I bought in below 12 cents and I cut the majority of the position around, I think it was about 12 and a half, I think about 13 and a half, around 13 and a half, around here. Here's where I cut the majority of the position. I'm happy to reload here, right? In terms of buying back in, playing it level to level. So that's what I'm looking for as well. It's the same as SHIB. SHIB, when I actually played SHIB, right, let me just quickly touch on SHIB because this is one of my favorite ones. So we're going to actually do a fucking mental move here, right? When I bought in SHIB, I cut majority of the position. When I bought in around, I think I bought in around here, around 12 cents. I was at 12, just above 12 actually. We pushed up into here and I cut majority of the position. When I saw like fucking, we made a 20% move on the same day, I'm taking profits. I'm not holding shit. I'm taking profits. And the same thing for you guys. If you see a fast move up, take your profits, man, because what's going to happen is most likely it's going to come back on itself. And look, this is a range bound environment. I mean, if I were to show it to you on this range, let's just delete all this shit. We got range low over here, range high over here. I'll probably use this one actually. Would I use this? Yeah, fuck it. Just use range low here and range high. It doesn't really fucking matter. And that's the range bound environment. And all we did a faster spike there. Took some profits around here, about just over 40. I think 40 and a half. I took some profits there. Closed the rest of the position as we get below here because it was looking too fucking nasty there anyway. And then now we've got a range bound environment. So if I were to do a range, a mid range, it would be approximately around here. What's capping the market? Clearly you can see the mid range is capping the market. Resistance here. Does a deviation, smaller deviation, finds resistance, sells off, comes back to range low, bounces off, 25% over here, finds some resistance over there, back to range low, comes back, and we're capped again at mid-range. So this is a deviation, it's pulling back into this area. Yes, we've broken market structure. I agree with you, we've definitely broken market structure. When we made that low, this is the high there. Once we broke out this high, that's broken, market structure is broken. As long as we hold this low here, this is like a valid long, playing it back to mid-range, back up to range high. So that's all valid there. So we've got to work this out. For me personally, I'm gonna stay out for a bit and I'm just gonna watch NFP unfold itself and make the plans as I go, as I watch NFP. We talked about Ethereum BTC dollar index a lot there. So show some love as well. Appreciate everything that you guys have done. There's 49 people over here. Give me some love as well. Smash the likes, and I'll see you again on Monday, most likely. Yeah, I'll definitely see you Monday if I'm still alive, hopefully. But take care, guys. Bye, everybody.